Hey everyone, my name is Maria and I am so excited to be here with you to do a 21-day stretch sequence and challenge for your body to feel its best and to recover your muscles as well as strengthen your joints and to prepare you for everyday life as well as your activities. Because stretching and flexibility is one of the main pillars of fitness. I mean, without any flexibility, your body is just kind of like there. You could do so much more and your body will feel so much better. Plus, it helps us as we age because our body needs to be mobile and needs to have stability in our joints, and it'll help you with everyday life. So I'm very excited to have you guys join me. And tonight, we are just gonna do some soothing kind of stretches. So we're just gonna sink down into the pose. So if you need to do any kind of movement that kind of warms up your muscles, please do so really quick because 10 minutes goes really fast. I mean, there's so many things that we can do, and stretching, as you start to go into it, it seems like 10 minutes, oh my God, I don't really want to do this, right? But once you start doing it, you start to realize, wow, like I actually could do this a little bit more. And that's the point, to get your body to do a little bit more each time so that you become accustomed to doing it. It becomes a commitment to yourself and something that you do on a consistent basis. So remember, flexibility can be done at any point in time. It could be done a few times a day, and little tiny movements that you do throughout the day will just help build on and help you advance your flexibility so that you have more range of motion and you feel your best. So we're just gonna start out with those 10 minutes and we're just gonna sink down into the pose, and I want you to really focus on breathing into it, because when we're holding our breath, your muscles start to tense up and because it's painful, right? Especially if we're pushing ourselves a little bit too much. So I want you to really just feel the pain for a moment, but only to a nice pain, nothing that's hurting you, because if you're hurting yourself, then that's not right. We don't wanna hurt ourselves, we want to relax into it. So make sure that you are breathing into it, and then once you feel that okay, that release, then you can actually start to sink down into the pose and you can get a little bit more out of the stretch. So even though this is just 10 minutes, it's something to build on and it's something to keep you consistent, okay? And as always, I'm gonna do my little shots. I know somebody was like, is that tequila? Like, no, it's not tequila, although it might be pretty good with tequila, but even though it's a Saturday night, this is just my daily dose of liquid collagen. And if you didn't know, liquid collagen is something so good for your joints. It's like my go-to everyday thing that helps, because I'll tell you what, I do a lot of crazy things that my body needs support. And when you start to age, especially after 25 years of age, you start to lose these things such as collagen, hyaluronic acid, and it puts this back into your body to keep your joints healthy. So cheers to you. If you need any information on this, please DM me and I'll send you a lot, because there's so much amazing research on it. And it's so tasty. All right, cheers to you. Get your body on your mat, take off your shoes, and let's get ready to do a little soothing stretch. All right, so from right here, we did this the other day, so I'm gonna have you tuck your toes under, sit down onto your heels, make sure that you have something very cushiony on your knees so that you have, pain-free range of motion. So right from here, I just want you to breathe into it. Take your shoulders back, take your palms up, lift up your chest, open up your shoulders, press your arms back. So you're actively moving your body. You're not just holding your arms there. I want you to push the arms back. So you're squeezing an imaginary pencil between your shoulder blades, pushing up your chest. Take a deep breath and raise your arms from here. Exhale, float your arms and turn your palms down, flex your wrists. Inhale, reach it up, palms to the ceiling. Exhale, palms down and away. One more time, inhale. Exhale, push down and away. Right from here, interlock your fingers behind your back, pull your shoulders back and then down. Lift up your chest a little bit more. Try to keep your neck nice and straight. I know I'm trying to look at you, but keep your chest, everything in alignment. Your form is so important. Right from here, take your knees just a little bit wider and you're going to hinge down. Keep your toes tucked. See how far down you can go. Keep pressing your chest down towards your thighs, belly on thighs, and your weight is back in your heels. So from right here, you can rest your forehead down and just let your shoulders move towards your head. And every time you move, I want you to exhale your breath so that you get a little bit more range of motion into your body. And again, remember that breath, once you start to release into it, your body can relax down into the stretch. And then you can get a little bit more out of it. So slowly roll your nose up, then your chest up, then your chin up, and then your body comes up. Right from here, hand to the floor, fingers point away, and we'll lift the hips up and forward to a half camel pose. Press those hip flexors forward, and we'll call this our first party pose of the day. I just want you to open up through your chest, and then press it back down. So on this other side, if you're going back into this pose and it's like, oh, I can't get up that much, it's okay. Push your hips forward as much as you can, and then if you can, start to open up through your chest as your body becomes a little bit more accustomed to it, and then press it back down. Let's do it again. One more time. We press it up and back. So again, you don't have to go full range of motion. You can press it all the way forward. And then exhale around. It's not about being so bendy, 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 right? It's about what your body can do for you and how you can improve from there. So let's take our hands down, fingers point towards your knees, onto all fours. Right from here, you'll round your back. I just want you to stretch through the wrists, through your forearms, and then exhale, pull your shoulders down and away towards your body. Arch your back. Round it again. And then arch. Right from here, let's go ahead and take those hands forward. We're just going to start to circle, getting a little mobility in our shoulders. Circle around the wrist. So you're putting a little bit of weight on them. Look down at your hands, spread your fingers. Reverse your circle. Abs are in, your back is flat, core is tight. And just circle through the shoulders, giving your wrists a little bit of weight bearing. And then right from here, point your toes. We're just going to lift the knees off the floor and hover here. So yes, pull your abs in, holding nice and strong. And then release it down, tuck your toes, and press into a downward dog. Right from here, bend one knee, straighten the other, and press your heel to the floor. And then with your lower back, twist into it till you feel a part of your lower back. Just move. Move your body. Doesn't matter, and nothing is perfect. We just want pain-free range of motion. Change legs. Other leg is straight, the other leg is bent. And again, I'm looking underneath of my arm and twisting and just kind of feeling where my lower back needs a little stretch, as well as my arms. Both heels down. Look up at your hands so you keep your balance. Look up on your toes, and then drop your knees back down to the floor. Again, untuck your toes, lift your knees, pull your core in tight, holding nice and strong. For 3, 2, 1, tuck your toes under and press it back into that downward dog. Pedal those feet again. And let's lift up one leg. So one leg is going to lift up. I just want you to bend and flex your foot, open your hip. And right from there, your leg is going to come all the way forward into a deep lunge. So you might have to pick it up and put it there. Doesn't matter how it gets there, but I want it into 90 degrees. And I want your knees to follow your toes. You can keep your toe tucked or untuck it in the back. You're into a deep runner's lunge. So your knee is down. You're able to release into it. So I just want you to melt down just a little bit further. We're just going to hold it for about 15 seconds. Now while you're here, try to contract your back glute. And as you contract that glute, it'll allow your hip flexor on that leg to release and press forward. Right from there, take your arms up and let's get a little deeper stretching through your whole upper body to involve everything at once. So arching, pressing back. Press that shin into the floor, keeping your balance. Exhale, hands to the floor. And then just shift your body back and lift your toes off the floor. Flex them back towards you. See if you can actually press your palm onto the bottom of your foot and pull those toes back. And right from here, just a little bit of mobility into our hip. I want you to lift the hip up and then drop it down. Inhale, lift it up and lower down. One more time. Lift it up. You can feel a little different angle of your sit bones, your hamstring. Perfect. And then that leg that's forward, I want you to just bend it, bring it in, sink down into a pigeon pose. So my hand is right by my knee, the outer crease of it, and you can sink down. So the back leg, it can be bent if you can keep it straight. If you have more flexibility, you'll lengthen it out. But the goal here is to just sink down into this hip and release. So if you can come down to your forearms, maybe you have a block or something that you have a little cushion, a pillow, anything. Some magazines stacked up, you can raise your body up so it's not so far down. I just want you to hold it right here. Now again, you can rock from side to side. You can kind of feel where your body needs a little bit of a stretch. It's right there in that outer thigh, that hip, the piriformis. So just make sure you're not compressing the knee. It's very comfortable. But as you get more flexible, that angle of your knee will start to change. You can have that 90-degree position, which this is one of my hardest stretches for me because my hips are very tight. So it's something I'm trying to do every day. Very nice to release into it, especially if you do a lot of sitting or a lot of cardio, a lot of movements. Your hips get very tight. All right, let's take one more breath. Right from here, bring your body up. We're just gonna hold our bodies onto our spider fingers, and I want you to bend the back leg for 3 times. Nothing compresses into that knee, so if it's compressing, then just make a muscle of your hamstring, squeeze your glutes, hold it there. Now bring it up. See if you can rotate around and grab your ankle. Can you pull it towards you? If you have a little bit more range of motion, you can take the hand to the outside part of the foot and twist into it. Only go to where you can feel this. But again, there's no pressure on your knee. You are feeling a nice balance of your body. And let's go ahead and take this to the other side. So hands down, tuck your toes, go back into your down dog. So sneak that leg back, just let it kind of unwind. Pedal your feet, little gas pedal here. Now the other leg is gonna lift up into the sky. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hip. Try to look underneath. Your heel is pressing down. Look at your knees, make sure your toes are in the same direction as that knee. Look up at your hands. Big step forward, pick up that foot, put it there. Again, you might have to just adjust your body, and now you're in that deep runner's lunge. Again, you can just shift your body from side to side. You can keep your toes tucked or untucked, it's up to you. I know sometimes whenever the foot is pointed, we sometimes get some cramps in our toes. So sometimes it's nice to have it flexed. It gives you a little bit more stability as well. So just find what works for you. So bring those hands up. I want you to lean back. Again, you're contracting the glute to release the thigh. Holding right here. A couple more stretches here. Holding on. Bring those arms up to the ceiling. Open up through your chest, connecting your hands down to the knee. Again, you're not compressing the knee. You have balance, stability, strength. And you're using that breath to release them through the muscles. Exhale as you press down. Let's lift and shift. All the way back. See if you can reach to the foot. If you can't, it's okay. You can grab on, maybe hug your calf. Breathe into it. Sometimes talk to it. I can do this. I can do this. Pull your palm on the bottom of your feet. Pull those toes back. And we're just going to lift that hip up and drop it down. Again, lift up and drop it down. One more. Up. Feel the different angle of the stretch. Drop it down. And then release it. Bend that knee into your pigeon. So nice and easy. We bend the knee, shift your body forward, and drop down into your stretch. So again, the knee is angled to the outside of the body, same side of the arm. And then we can drop down to the forearms. That back leg, you don't want to have it out to the side. So for right here, we're just trying to square it off. So press your hips nice and level down. Can you believe we are at 10 minutes? Yeah, I know. So I'm going to keep you another minute. I hope that's okay. So today's an 11-minute stretch, maybe 12. All right, so press it down forward. See if you can melt down just a little bit more. So I just really want you to just breathe into it. You can rock into it, trying to find that stretch. And if you feel a little point that's very tender, just hold it right there and melt down. So we're just holding it, and then bring your body back up into that lifted position. Back leg is going to bend 3 times. So pull your shoulders back, lift your chest up. So you want to have that strength in your core as you bend the leg and flex. Bend it in and out. One more time, bend it in, hold it. If you can, try to get that thigh down to the floor. And again, this will just take a little bit of breathing into it. We reach it around. See if you can get that torso rotation. And you can kick the foot into the hand to lift your chest up higher. Or if you have a little bit more flexibility and rotation, you can take the hand to the other side of the foot, bend your arm, and pull it in more to feel a little bit of quad stretch. So we're just rotating in. Relax your shoulders, lift your chest, and then release it. Come all the way into a seated position. Butterfly your feet. Rocking from side to side, just mobilizing your body. We're going to take this down to your back to finish up. For 2 more little stretches to release your lower back. All right, so all the way down, slowly use your abs. Come in nice and strong and bring your knees into your chest. Hug those knees in, so you're just compressing your thighs onto your belly. This helps to massage your digestive system. It helps to give your organs a little detox, a little bit of stretch for them and movement. And just rock your lower body. Right from here, take both knees to one side, and you're just going to anchor them down with the arm. So your eyes go to the arm that's out to the side. Beautiful. Right from here, that top leg, I just want you to extend it out and stretch, flex your foot back. And then release it back in. Let's go to the other side. Knees come in. Go to the side. Beautiful. So right from here, you're taking that top leg, extend it out. See if you can grab and pull towards you. So I'm resting the back of my tricep on the floor. I'm just feeling that stretch all the way down the back of my leg, as well as the piriformis. Feeling the stretch, the rotation in the torso. You can look to the opposite arm. And then bring those knees back to the chest. One more big stretch. I want you to reach long through the arms, through the legs, stretching it really long as if you just woke up in the morning. See if you can arch your back. Take a big stretch, stretch your fingers, pull your toes back. Exhale, release. One more time, stretch it out. Contract every muscle in your body. Exhale, release it down. Circle your arms in. And we'll bring your knees in. Roll it up to a seated position. Right where we started. And just reach those fingers forward, stretch it up. Exhale and release out. And that, my friends, is a little bit longer than 10 minutes today, but hopefully you found some value in it and it got a chance to get you down on the floor to get some movement. And I promise the more that you do these type of movement series, such as flexibility, it'll help you. It'll help you so much. You'll feel so much better and you'll just be able to move better. So, and your muscles will have a lot more mobility, stability, as well as strength. Plus, it'll also help your body if you're trying to tone up a little bit. Flexibility is part of that as well. Namaste, namasko.